What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 28 of Light of the Azure, our attempts to stabilize the Great Vortex and save the world from the forces of chaos. So, last time we pretty much ended off on... I don't want to call it a cliffhanger, but it kind of was. Sort of. We've got one more round left on the Ritual of the Explorer, which ain't bad. We do have our three generals here getting ready to face off against Chant Balefire and the last of the Chaos Forces for this particular ritual. They may look small, and they are in stack size, but these are Chaos Knights we're talking about here, and Chosen. So, they're not pushovers. We do have Elair going around the Inner Sea, gathering up some gold and goodies for us. Out on the coast of Anaerion, we have one of our adopted mages who's going to go over and do something to one of these guys. I think I would like to wound this strong death hag, and she failed. But you know what? That's okay. The wounding itself is not too big of a deal. We're going to get her the Ward of Loic. You can definitely tell she was adopted into our forces. She has all the things except for the spells and stuff we want. And of course up north, Fady Lace and the good chaplain are holding firm, trying to keep the forces of the Druchii at bay. Eventually, I think we're going to try and take Ashrak and maybe the Great Arena out. And if we can do that and hold one full region up here, that might give us a base with which to strike at Anaerion itself, which would completely disrupt the Druchii. As far as the Skaven go, way down in the Southlands, down in this general area, it is Clan Pestilence that's doing the Great Ritual right now, because I think Morris was destroyed. We got Chaos Stack about to hit Oxel. Subatoon is one of the other ritual sites, and the Mortuary of Zulakwa. We had a High Elf Intervention Force that did drain our treasury a little bit, but we hit there, and it weakened the garrison, which in turn is going to allow this Lizardman intervention, the forces of Rinky from Itza, and Relinda, our friends in the Lore Masters, to kind of take out the Mortuary. That'll disrupt their ritual, keep them further behind. The Skaven are pretty much out of the race at this point. We just have to worry about the Lizardmen themselves being misguided and pushing forward. They're kind of hemmed in on all sides right now, and I don't think they're pushing further south. That's all Lore Master territory. But the humans of the New World colonies, they've kind of taken it over a little bit. And even with this many individual little settlements, their ability to generate their version of the waystones that we're gathering, the Great Plaques, is diminished. I don't want to have to fight them near the end. We might have to, but it looks like the Druchii are already moving in, and that's Marathi herself. That could be a big deal. Though Mazdamundi himself is on Zlak, his primeval dinosaur mount. Definitely not bad. So it's just the Druchii we really have to worry about. If you look, we've got Malekith on Seraphon, which is not good. Seraphon being one of the black dragons that was corrupted. It wasn't his first black dragon mount, but it was damn close. And you've got other Druchii generals running around doing a lot. They have a lot of territory. They're pretty much our strongest opposition right now. Assuming that you can call the Lizardmen opposition in this case. But if we can take out some of their smaller cities, kind of screw them up in this region, we should be okay. Grand itself only has the ability to produce cavalry, or we could add another gold mine to it, which wouldn't hurt. We're going to finish our ritual, and then we're going to deal with those chaos forces over on the coast here. So let's hand control over to the computer nations and see what they do. Well, other nations, I should say. See what Teclis does down south. I'm confident that we can finish this off pretty quickly, as long as we maintain control of what we have and don't poke the bears too much and get them to actually assault us with any great strength of force. Though while I am down south, me being Tyrion in this case, of course, I do have 3 dragons, a couple of units of dragon princes, and some hardened frontline infantry. We might be able to snag up the dragon armor of Anaerion. It's a very, very powerful magic item, and would definitely help out. I think we already have Sunfang. We did the Sunfang event, so that would give me the iconic gear that Tyrion wears in the lore. Definitely make me a lot harder to hit, and then I can help defend Lothern and the other cities that are going to pop up for our final ritual. And hopefully we'll be able to get there quick enough. If we take over a few more ritual resource sites, it'll definitely go a little bit faster. Now these black arcs were something that we were worried about a while ago, but they've just kind of been sitting on the coast, not doing a whole lot. There's a Nagarothi sorceress. We might have PC deal with her. Clan Pestilence itself is not really in the best situation right now. Our forces vastly outnumber theirs in both quality and quantity. So yes, they definitely outnumber them. And it looks like that Chaos Army stack got destroyed. Really though, if the Mortuary falls, then we don't have to worry about the Skaven. They'll be so far behind that the odds of them catching up and completing through rituals will be nigh non-existent. And of course, Lord Skrolk was probably hiding out in Weaksel himself. And that's why that Chaos Army stack got destroyed. We did have an intervention force go in. It got decimated itself, but it was never meant to actually capture anything. It was meant to weaken up a bunch of the forces so that we could deal with them. And of course, Kothik is a nation that we're kind of trying to play chummy with and eventually confederate with them. And then after all of this chaos nonsense is done, we will either conquer Yvres or try and get them back on our side. And one of our mages just got wounded. That's no good. She was one of the ones we inherited from Confederation. I swear the words are in my brain today. It's just a matter of getting them out properly. I love some of the lizardmen names though, like Rinky. Why are you pulling back? You would be so much of a benefit to that intervention force. So we know the Sentinels of Time is definitely a Ratman city because he damaged the walls there. Sometimes the information that they give you for this is weird. I don't think that the hero's actions should be something that you see. Leave a little bit of mystery for the Ratmen, because if you're logical, you can infer what's there based on what they do. So we know there's a city with walls. Now where this Pirates of Sartosa vessel is going, I don't know yet. Might have a tough fight on our hands with them, especially if they set foot on Ulthuan. Fighting other elves is one thing, but it's our island. We should have a video mode at the end of all this to see exactly what the effects of our final ritual were. Well, our last ritual, I should say. Final is coming up. And, of course, with that army stack on the march, they're unable to run away from battle. We'll surround them with our troops and hit them hard. We have the Warband of the Crow. Let's see where they head.
Belshazzar, the explorer, as he used the stars to navigate the world, their light shone upon the king's lost vessel.
There, Gallifrey's! I see it!
The fourth shard of the star crown was found within. Thanks to the Phoenix Kings, the star crown is near complete. But there is one who is yet to be evoked. The first, the greatest, the doomed.
That was a big reference to Anaerion the Defender, I think. Which would be pretty awesome, all things considered. Now we are, of course, way in the red because of the actions of our people. The Ritual of the Explorer is done. Just have this Chaos Army to deal with, and we will be dealing with them shortly. We need to find a way to make more income, though. Losing the Ritual oomph, so to speak, kind of sucks. But let's go in real quick and see how Kothik likes us. If we can get them to join our confederation, that would be great. Looks like they're not going to this turn.
How can I assist you?
I don't think we can get the Order of Lore Masters too, but it's a chance. They want us to join their war against the Bloodhall Coven. Oh yeah, they're no real threat to us, so we'll join that war to make Teclis happy with us.
I serve the king.
Don't really want to confederate with the Fortress of Dawn. They're too far away to do much. We could get a ritual site out of it, but that means fighting lizardmen, which is definitely not a good thing. So right now, getting all of the assets out at sea is important. So we'll go full sail on that. Gain us a little bit more coin. Send him up there. He did gain some experience off of that. We'll make him slightly harder to hit. He's not one of our chief guys, so I'm not too worried. It's mostly the army upkeep that's the problem. We can do the battle at Vaul's Anvil to get me the dragon armor of Anaerion. Would not hurt at all. And up here, a couple of units at Chaos Trolls. What does the garrison of Ashrak look like? Ooh, its garrison is significant. A lot of Marauder horsemen with throwing axes. Can't really see what's under the Hmong label, but probably catapults or something along those lines. Looking for a few things to sacrifice down to try and keep our spending under control. Definitely did not help us out. What does the garrison of Harkeldra look like? It's again pretty tough. Dagrak's End is a very weak garrison. So 14 units total against the 15, the veterans. It's 13 army units, one of which is rank 9. A couple of which are rank 7 or higher. Could have Chaplain Grimaldus go in and take care of that, but first things first. Let's deal with the forces of chaos.
Defender of the Asur.
So right now we would just have Sheeny Yan's forces coming in to help.
On my way.
So we'll put Sunshine there
Defender of the Phoenix throne.
and have Phoenix engage. This is well outside of our acceptable battle limit, so we're just going to hit the auto-resolve
The Asur have
and
conquered.
do forced labor. Got the armor of the stars for Phoenix, and the puppets of chaos are gone. Ooh, and Sunshine, you can finally get yourself a very, very good mount. We'll throw you on a moon dragon. They're the youngest form of dragon, but that's okay. Shrine of Loic only has a few units in defense. So what we're going to do, Phoenix, you're going to go over to Alassail.
Highborn.
Sunshine, we're going to get you to come down towards the Shrine of Loic. Sheeny Yan, you know, as good as these Phoenix are,
A triumph for Ulthuan.
we could drop the amount of money that we're facing here by a very significant amount per turn, just by getting rid of those Phoenix. They're worth as much as a unit of Phoenix Guard, and I like the Phoenix Guard better. So I think that's what we're going to do. It's kind of a shame to get rid of units like that, but dropping a couple of units of Phoenix off is probably a good idea. Of course, we don't have very much in the way of forces elsewhere. What do we have in Arnheim? A princess, Felindre, who can go get us some more stuff out in the ocean.
Setting sail.
Not too worried about Arnheim itself. If we go full throttle, we should be able to get another mysterious island. We're getting items right now, which is not what I was hoping for. PC, we're actually going to get you to try and assassinate her. And you succeeded. which is definitely a good thing.
Our cause.
Alright, so to start off our battles for this turn, we might get 2 in this time. We're going to go fight for the Dragon Armor of Anaerion.
I lost.
So we got a couple of Banners of Swiftness for bonus speed, and one that makes them immune to Psychology. So I think the Banners of Swiftness we're going to throw into our Dragon Prince units. And our immune to Psychology we'll throw on one unit of the Phoenix Guard. Unless they're already immune. Nope, they are not immune.
Pull back.
So let's go in and fight this battle. Now, as you guys can see, the baseline forces ain't that bad. We'll crush them pretty easily. But Malekith is coming in with a bunch of
I am ready
reinforcements.
to fight.
We are getting reinforcements in the form of Teclis and Sarion.
There is glory to be won.
So we'll jump in and see how this goes out. I fought this battle several times now, and every single time it's played differently, even though the forces have been either the same or very similar. At the very least, we might actually have to sacrifice a couple of those dragons. I want to keep the Star Dragon, though, because Star Dragons are awesome. Is it going to give us a video mode? This doesn't look like it. So we'll start the battle. Here we go.
Elves of Ulthuan, to me! The scum of Nagaroth approach. They think to cage us in, but is the lion trapped when cornered by the rat? Do warriors squirm when confronted by weaklings? No is the answer. Gird your souls. Let them come.
Alright, so we've got 2 waves of Druchii to deal with. And of course our bolt throwers are already firing in, because they're awesome. So we have our flanks covered with a unit of Dragon Princes behind each. It's the archers up front that always disturbs me. I don't like putting my archers out front of my lines. I prefer to leave that to the spearmen, then the archers can continually shoot and not have an issue. We have a unit of Phoenix Guard there, Swordmasters, Phoenix Guard, and Swordmasters. We're going to let the Swordmasters and the Phoenix Guard basically hold position on the flanks so they can charge in wherever there's issues. Should not be too bad. Those spearmen are going to be moving, so we're going to move a unit of Swordmasters up there. Now the benefit we have is that we have 3 dragons, and those dragons are definitely going to come into play as the Druchii forces approach. Won't do too much right now, but as everything starts closing in, especially to this beautiful golden edge, that's the eagle claws doing their thing. Now our star dragon, the big ancient dragon with the blue scales there, is down this end. So his breath type is a magic missile, causes fire damage, powerful explosion, good against armor, and large combatants. Moon dragon, same sort of thing, causes fire damage, blah blah blah. I think it's the sun dragon. No, they're all damaged. I thought there was a dragon that had a healing breath, though I guess that wouldn't really make sense. So to start the engagement off here, we'll pause again really quick. I want to destroy these large unit blocks as much as I can. So we'll have our Star Dragon go up there. Our Moon Dragon, I believe, is on the far edge. That's the sun. Okay, our Moon Dragon's holding the center. So he's going to go up and breathe on those Dread Spears. Our Moon Dragon is going to go up and breathe on these Dark Riders. We'll see how that pans out. Dragon Breath does take a little bit longer to wind down and recharge than the other abilities we've been using over time. I'm not too worried about accepting the charge here because their forces are already getting...
We will obey.
Where are those archers going?
March.
And we'll have our dragons drop down and cause some massive chaos in amongst the enemy forces. really curious why those archers decided to move up front. Move our Phoenix Guard and our Sword Masters up to cover them. The big element of this fight is that second line that's moving towards us, and you can see Malekith on Seraphon just moving around in the background there. So we might as well get these Sword Masters and Phoenix Guard up front too. We do have to worry about the magic that the Witch King is able to pump out.
Without fail. Quickly now. Artillery, reload.
I think by now our breaths should have regened, so let's get our dragons out and breathing on these forces. It's pretty imperative that we crush them as quickly as we can.
Yes. Sail.
We'll send our dragon princes after those cold ones,
Princess.
and these dragon princes after those cold ones. And that's the magic, that's chill wind, I believe. Now, if we take all three of our dragons and go after Malekith... Again, why are our archers advancing like that? It doesn't really make sense.
Loyal. Lakoi.
We're kind of accepting a lot of charges here right now, but that's okay.
Heir of Anaerion.
And Tyrion, I'm going to get myself into this fight. Throw Apotheosis on those archers who got sucked out of position. Drop that unit of swordsmen back to deal with those harpies, and we'll advance everything else into the fray.
Attack. Orders received.
It is the Blackguard of Nagaron that are kind of annoying. But Malekith is obviously having a pretty bad time of it. Star Dragon and a Moon Dragon both attacking his Seraphon. And that dragon is just not going to be able to beat two of our ancient friends. Friends? I don't know if friends or if companions or what the right word is to use there, but we're going to pretty much advance across the board. We're going to let our dragons do their thing. Chase the Witch King away. Forces will take a little bit of a beating. We might release our Sun and Moon Dragon to go back to their caves in Kalador and rest. And it looks like Malekith chickened out. A little bit of a stutter there. I do that from time to time. Our archers got beat up a little bit, but you know what? We are doing fairly effectively across the board. Our dragon princes are definitely doing work. This unit's been pretty harsh. I don't think that we're in any trouble of losing this battle. I think I see a whole bunch of routed enemies. The storyline missions are always interesting, but they don't take very long. Sometimes you wish that they would take a half an hour or something to deal with. It would make it a lot of fun.
A glorious
Alright, so
victory.
they're calling it a close
Fine.
victory. We'll replenish our forces. Thankfully those armies don't actually exist outside of here.
My strength grows.
So we picked up the Dragon Army of Anaerion and 30 way fragments. I mean, look at this thing. 15 armor, 10% ward save, fire resistance. Oops, I moused off of it, which is no good. Enemy hero success chance against Tyrion is down. Wound recovery time is down. It's just a massively cool piece of armor, all things said and done. So that takes care of that. And of course we do have the Defender of Ulthuan title. So we're going down that route. We'll finish off full plate armor, because now it's Oh, wow, we gained a couple of levels, actually. So you know what, with the Dragon Armor of Anaerion giving us that big ward save, we'll take Woundmaker, because I want to get Faint and Riposte. It's a really, really awesome ability. And it's something we're going to have to deal with. Pop into Vaul's Anvil. Now, we're still 4 grand in the hole per turn. Between our Sun and Moon Dragons, that's almost 1,000 that we can cut out of that deficit. I'm keeping Star Dragon, however. Star Dragons are immensely powerful. They're expensive to maintain, but they're worth it. And just to save a little bit of time and effort, we'll merge those 2 archer units, which will, again, cut our deficit a little bit. That's why I usually try to watch what I'm doing when one of the events comes up. How much are those Dragon Princes costing? They cost as much as Phoenix Guard. They're not too bad. So, Sheena, we will take care of a few of your units. You don't really need all of them right now. We'll get you to go into Cairnthel. At least until we can recapture this entire area and get on with it. Now we have Finianor, who's over near the real Melikith, that's doing all of his stuff up here. She spotted a lot of what's in his army, and look at the amount of heroes. A level 17 Death Hag, level 15 Assassin, 2 level 15 Assassins, 16 Dark Sorceress, and another Death Hag at level 3, along with Blackguard of Naggarond, and a bunch of cavalry. That is an impressive army stack. But we'll just have to deal with that right when it comes an issue.
What do you require?
PC himself has done something this turn. So I think what we're actually going to do is go in here and sack Dagrak's End. And see how that turns out. It's only worth 1,700, but at this point, it can't really hurt us to do it.
None shall live.
So we'll send him in.
A strong
Again,
leader.
well outside of our composed range, I guess you'd call it. I don't know exactly what I'd call that range, but it's outside of our fight range. So we'll auto-resolve it. Watch the area get kind of busted up, and we'll sack it. Just to get a little bit more coin in. Keep ourselves well above the limits of what we need.
A worthy ally.
Of course, the good chaplain, who is immortal at this point. He's got blade shield, full plate armor, all of the good stuff earlier on. Doesn't have Valor of Ages completed yet. So we'll give him that. We're going to finish off that. He'll have 6 levels here, so 3 will take him to 30. Expeditious Retreat will take him to 33. And then we'll be able to pick up a few more of the leadership style abilities. It's pretty much how I like playing my characters out, unless they're specifically designed only to be a support character. I like my heroes to be heroes.
Glory to the king.
And Senina, congratulations, you finally got your immortality.
Need me? Entering the garrison.
Now if we go back to a march stance, we might be able to get you back to Kael'ra quick enough. Sacking Dagrak's End definitely didn't hurt our case any. Of course it was Ashrak, Chaos Marauders with great weapons, Marauder Horsemen.
Princess of the Asur.
You have a fair number of archers and a lot of range that could deal with those cavalry, but I don't really want to take you out of Grand just yet. So we are at 3853 of, I believe, 5,000? 5,000 wave fragments. So it is going to take us a little while to gather up the remaining wave fragments we need. I don't think we have any quests that will give us a lot. Ooh, I stand corrected. Win 2 battles against the Dark Elves would give us 40. Occupy Harganeth. We don't have any eyes over there right now, though, and it's got a fairly sizable garrison. It probably has an army stack very similar to the Great Arena. But we might be able to do that. And Altar of the Horned Rat. It's right there, but that's in one of our ostensibly alliance cities. Now we do have Erithron down here. I was considering sending him inland to set up a camp and do all that, but we're going to grab what's out here first. That's another 5,000, so we're not too worried. We are in the red for our cash flow right now, but it shouldn't hurt us at the end of the day. Now let's see if we can knock off one of these
Sires, come forth.
enemies. So our mage here, Fenior? I give up. I can't pronounce things today. Just gained a rank. We probably have a lot of settlements that are available to be upgraded, but again, we're not trying to do that right now. I think we tried last turn to offer a confederation, so
Quite impossible.
we'll try again. Don't really want to do it with the Order of Lore Masters right now, or the Fortress of Dawn, so we'll just leave it at there. We'll see what the other nations do. That's a very, very, very fly-y sort of army stack. 4 Great Eagles, 2 Moon Dragons? I think those are Moon Dragons. Yes, they're Moon Dragons. A lot of flight. And Chaplain Grimaldus just gained Taskmaster. So Haggrave and Nagaron just confederated. So the Druchii got even more powerful. We're definitely going to have to do a few things to kind of dissuade them. Our forces are pretty equivalent, but I doubt they're suffering the income problems we are currently. I do like the fact that Malekith and Marathi are moving south towards the Lizardmen away from us. It essentially makes it a 2-faction race, us and the Dark Elves, to get to that final ritual. I don't think they've completed their 3rd ritual yet. I don't think they've even started it. And there goes the Lizardmen Intervention Force. Guacamole Crater. The city that never has enough chips. And if Kothik takes over... Yes, that's what I was kind of afraid they were going to do. And we don't want to go to war with them right now. We're going to see where this princess on a dragon is going. If she hits the water, then we don't have to worry about too much. We'll take over Toriavres at some point. That was a leader on a dragon. So we may have to send Phoenix up to deal with that, or send our own Moonriding General to deal with that Sun Dragon. Lots of the lesser factions are still running around. I find that they get gobbled up pretty quickly in the other playthroughs I've done. They don't seem to have any real staying power. In some cases I can understand that, like the Cult of Excess, I think it was, that was on Ulthuan at the very beginning of this playthrough. And of course my chair is still squeaky. It's just there to give you something to attack right off the bat, so you can get into fighting, and it's not all build up, build up, build up, or entire games that are nothing but political maneuvering. Same time, though, some of these lesser factions, they almost become full-fledged factions in their own right. I would really love to know where that navy is going. It's an army stack, but it's on the wire. It's a navy right now. Lots of little ships. Doesn't really matter if they complete their ritual there. I think Itz is going to take another stab at them. And the Hmong are coming at us a little bit. Alright, so we've completed the Ritual of the Explorer. Gives us +4 public order in all provinces. Chaplain Grimaldus has gained Taskmaster, so movement range and line of sight. And of course there's Confederation. destroyed. Shrine of Cain just picked up its thing. Xinyan gained a food taster. And Ritual of the Defender is up. Anaerion. I was right. It is Anaerion the Defender. Which is pretty cool. This army stack has a chariot, some warhounds. I don't know if Xinyan or Fadilace's forces can take that on. However, while we have the cash, we should upgrade that. That's a source of income. The garrison here is fairly substantial. Has a dragon, so I'm not too worried. If we upgrade Kael'ra, we can get ourselves another rank of the Promenade. Oh, excuse me. And that would give us a lot more. Give us a little bit more gold for upgrading it too. Don't want to go too hog wild though. Still got lots to do with all the cash we have remaining. While our forces are taking a little bit of attrition, we'll let them go back and heal up. And we might go take on our Kaeldra. They have a sizable garrison, including a couple of units of Witch Elves. In one of my Dark Elf playthroughs, the Witch Elves, I'm not really sure if I'm using them right. I kind of use them as outriders and flankers, and well, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll keep trying every turn to get Kothik to confederate with us. We just use a little bit of influence at court to continually increase their reputation. What are their thoughts on us right now? They're going to go up to 258. So we should be able to deal with that. But Sunshine, let's get you to go siege the Shrine of Loic. We'll give the Gleaming Pendant to our Phoenix Guard. You know, we could almost fight that battle right now. But you have no spearmen, so we're just going to encircle. There is that army stack right there. If they decide to attack, it would be a bad thing. So instead, we will send Phoenix and his forces down to back you up. Xinyan did gain a level. So let's toss her on the back of an elven steed so she can shoot and run. That'd be great. I think we're going to drop the Dragon Princess from her command. Which will help that out a little bit. And Sunshine, let's get you to wipe out the Shrine of Loic's garrison.
Take anything of value.
Sacking it wouldn't do enough for us, so we'll just occupy it. That definitely helps us out a bit. Phoenix, you gained a level. So close to putting you on a Sun Dragon. But for now, you do have Blade Master started. Let's actually make you a better attacker, in addition to everything else. We're going to leave you right next to the Shrine of Loic, just in case. No. Fenior. Not going to try to pronounce that name again. Not really sure what to do with you right now, but let's go exploring a little bit and see what's going on, because we know Malekith is there. If he pushes south, it'd be good to know it in advance. Chaplain, we're going to let your forces rebuild, and we did research something. So, we have a few options here. Public order in all provinces. Ooh, income from all industry. And we use industry a fair bit. So gem setting is a good idea here. We'll let that play through and see how it works out. Besides skill points, Maya. Let's finish off Tempest, and then we'll get Shield to Safri for your next one.
Ready for orders.
I don't really want to put you guys out on the ocean while it's a raging storm like that. Well, let's see where Erathron's doing, and if we can drop anything. I think we've dropped pretty much everything in Erathron's army stack that was of value. Oh no, he had a Phoenix. He also has him on the Doge. We'll leave him as Silver Helms, but we'll disband that Phoenix. Kind of sucks having to disband some really cool units, especially ones that have some veterancy. But we'll be able to be a lot more fiduciarily sound as we go along. So that takes care of a lot of different things. And you know what? I think we're going to give Kothik another little bump. We have the influence to spend right now.
A noble victory.
So we'll spend that and see where it goes from there. We'll see what the other nations do on their next turn. PC, we have you got kind of running around. I forgot to move you this turn, which is different. And Eolair, you're going to another place in the Inner Sea. Which you wouldn't have got to this turn anyway, but it'll allow you to pick it up. Then we'll send you outside. And Felindre, lost cargo and a food taster. It's not bad. Not what I was hoping for, but it's not bad. I mean, some extra money wouldn't hurt. I'm not too worried about Arnheim itself, especially since if the Druchii wanted to, they could just straight up take Arnheim. We'll see how well the lore masters work out south. Xarian, the admiral that is in control of a black ark. I really, really, really wish that the black arks would finally go off of our shore. I don't want to have to go out there and deal with them myself. Okay, I stand corrected. That's a lot of cavalry. They have 1, maybe 2 units of foot soldiers. The rest of it's all dark riders with repeater crossbows, lances, and just normal dark riders. That's a lot of cavalry. What she's gonna do. She is heading west. So maybe, just maybe, Sarah is planning on taking on the Druchii on their own land. And there's Yvres stalking in. Chrysalith going over and doing some other stuff. Eats has actually been more proactive than Hexodal. Hexodal is technically one of the 2 legendary lords and the last defenders of the other. But Eats has been doing more than either of them. Slonhupek has been doing a fair bit too. Maybe it's just that I've seen more out of them than anything else. Now, the Pirates of Sartosa, I really hope you abandon all Ulthwani shores. Because if you push inland, I might have to go to war with you. Which is actually really bad right now because most of our citadels would not be able to hold off an army stack like that in particular. Spina Sotek dwarves have kind of held on this time. A lot of the time when I play the Vortex campaign, I see them get wiped out fairly early, either by the Ratmen, or the Lizardmen, or the Men. They usually don't stick around too long. I wonder if those army stacks are just doing a little bit of a swap out. We did have that one battle where we fought a couple of them up there. Army stacks, I mean, and we won because our troops are superior, at least in quality instead of numerically. Alright, so Sunshine got the strict quality and a bard, so really helping public order. But that's probably a good place to end it there, guys. So if you did like the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, our gaming community, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes up. And remember guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.